Hey guys, what's going on? Bobby Davis back with another video, and today in this video I will be reacting to some true stories, scary animations. Just getting my blanket all set up in case I need to curl myself into a little ball, in case these stories are too horrifying that I couldn't possibly take it. Gravity, you're so bothersome right about now. Let's do this.
I have three sisters, Crystal, Kiara, and Melissa. I'm the youngest and only boy. Growing up, we lived in a haunted house. In fact, the neighborhood was haunted.
What?
All the neighbors had experiences.
Why would you not move out the
Apparently,
second you heard
it
of
was
that?
all built over a military grave site.
Oh,
I'm not
military.
Sure how true that
Right.
is. This was years ago. I was
Just
about
makes things
5, I
even
think,
worse.
and my sisters were around their early teens. Our cousin, Vincent, who we call Vincy, was staying over. He's the same age as my sisters. We used to play hide and seek with all the lights in the house turned off, apart from any room our parents were in. So this night was going great. The only source of light was a flashlight that the seeker had. Crystal was usually found quickly because she had, and still has, really long curly red hair, and it almost glowed bright orange in the light. Kiara has long straight blonde hair, so she was found quickly too. But Melissa and I have black hair, so we could blend in better. However, this night, Kiara was the seeker. She found us fairly quickly and only had Vincy to find. So she went to our parents' room and shined the light inside. Our parents had 2 white wardrobes that were attached on either side of a white dressing table, with a mirror on top of it. Kiara could see one of the wardrobe doors was
I'm
slightly
confused
opened,
how this could
and
lead
inside
into a
of it,
horror story.
in the darkness,
But,
she could see eyes staring
no.
out at her.
hey, Vincent.
She laughed and shouted, "Found you, Vincy!" But the eyes didn't move. They just stared at her. "I see you, Vincy," she laughed again. Suddenly, on the opposite side of the room, the curtains of the window flew open, and Vincy jumped from the window ledge laughing. Kiara looked at him in confusion. But I thought. Suddenly, the confusion turned to fear when she looked back at the wardrobe. The eyes were still there, wide and staring at Vincy, but then slowly looked back in her direction. Kiara screamed and quickly turned on the room light, and they could both now see that the wardrobe was empty. Nobody hiding, no pets, no boxes, nothing. Hide and seek in the dark soon became a memory after that.
My family frequently plays that when we go on vacations with our cousins. And
This
I'm never
happened
gonna
a
play it
few
again.
weeks ago. I live in California and have always been good friends with this kid named Ethan. We had all the same interests, so we got along great. But that's besides the point. There's this old abandoned house a few blocks away that has been vacant for years. I have no idea why it was never fixed and sold. The point is, it's abandoned. All the neighborhood kids are always telling rumors about the place. And to be honest with you, I never thought they could be true. The house was creepy as fuck, though. So one night, while Ethan
I'm
was
sorry,
staying
guys.
at my
I did
house
not
for the night,
know that it was gonna
we
say that.
decided to sneak out at like 1 a.m. to explore the place. We brought along our phones for flashlights and to record. So we rode our bikes down the block and found the house. It was 2 stories high and made of brick, with broken windows
Children
and
with
an overgrown
mouths
lawn.
of potty
Basically all the natural traits of an
in
abandoned
a house of horrors.
Ethan and I hit our
Not a
bikes
good
in a bush
combination
and
for a
went around the
family-friendly
back
YouTube channel.
side. Oddly enough, the back door was unlocked. One of the rumors is that local
So fair
homeless
warning,
people,
you know,
drug
profanity
addicts,
warning ahead.
and gang members all hang out here. So the fact that someone seemed to have been here kind of freaked us out. Inside, it smelled like shit. It was so
I'm
dark
sorry.
that if it weren't for our flashlights, we definitely wouldn't have been able to see anything. We walked through what appeared to be a kitchen, around through a living room, into a foyer. Just as we were about to go upstairs, there was a sudden, loud thump. Ethan and I both jumped and stood frozen. Dude, I think someone's up there, I whispered to Ethan. Yeah, no kidding, he said back. Let's check it out. Dude, are you fucking crazy?
I'm sorry,
said.
guys.
But Ethan either didn't hear or ignored me, as he was already halfway up the stairs.
Ethan's dumb.
As much as I did not want to go up there, I decided to anyways because there was no way in hell I was staying down in the dark alone. We got upstairs and heard an identical
run out of
thump
the
down
house.
the hall. Holding up my phone to continue recording, I reluctantly followed Ethan down there. We approached the doorway
Ethan's an
and
idiot.
glanced through to see someone standing by the window. It was so dark, all we could make out was a brown sweater he was wearing. We knew he had to know we were here, because we had already shown the flashlight on him. Ethan began to cautiously walk towards the guy.
Why?
I stood back by the doorway. Ethan walked up to the guy, strained his body to look at his face, and screamed. He shoved the guy, who fell to the floor, stiff like a statue, and grabbed my shirt
That
collar
must
as
be
he
what
tugged
it
me
is.
away from there. I dropped my phone as we nearly trampled each other running down the stairs and out the back door. We got on our bikes and pedaled fast as possible back home. Apparently, when Ethan had walked up to the stiff man, he realized that the man was some sort of taxidermied human, with black sockets where his eyes had been taken out. At the same time, he heard a crack in the floorboards from across the room, and saw the silhouette of a man huddled in a dark corner watching him. We had the nerve to go back to the house a few days later to try
Why?
and find my phone, but it was gone.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
As the
I put my phone on
taxidermied human and whoever was
Do
in
Not
that
Disturb.
house.
Apparently, it doesn't
He
care.
didn't dare report it to the police
I'm
for
sorry
fear
about
of
this.
getting busted for breaking and entering and sneaking out at night.
This is very annoying.
I know. I guess that sounds stupid now. Ethan and I are still great friends in high school, and this memory is still one we will never forget for as long as we live.
Wow.
A few years ago, while I was in high school, the deep web was becoming very popular. I never
That's
really
not a
got
good
into it until my friend told me about it because he was into that weird stuff. One day after school, I had nothing to do, so I went onto the browser Tor. I didn't really see much, so I called my friend over so he could help me out. Once he got to my house, we started searching more and more. We saw a lot of drugs and illegal weapons, stuff like that. Then he clicked on a link that was in a chat room, and the
Why'd
link
you do
said, "Watch this." As we're sitting there, we're
Live?
just staring at the screen that went from black to the outside of a building within a few seconds. And out of nowhere, a sticky note that said, "Want to see something cool?" So then I typed, "Yeah, sure." What was weird was the guy wouldn't type. He just showed sticky notes in the camera. And he also never spoke. All of a sudden, the camera started moving toward the building that it was facing. As we're watching him move toward the building, we noticed that the building was in our neighborhood. Then he quit moving and put another sticky note that said LOL. That kind of creeped me out. And then a person entered the building, which was eerily dark. The camera stopped at a padlocked door and then unlocked it and opened it. The camera moved toward the back of this dark room. And there
No,
was
click
a
off the
dog
chat
bowl
room
on
now.
the floor. Now at this point, the camera was only facing the dog bowl. A few moments later, whoever the person was that was holding the camera put something in the bowl that looked like just slop. Honestly, it looked like feces. Then you hear another door open and a girl crying in the background, along with a chain dragging. This girl shows up in the camera crying with a chain around her neck. And the guy shoved her face in the bowl and puts a sticky note in front of the camera that said, "Cool, right?" Then the screen goes black.
No.
We sat there for about 10 minutes in disbelief.
Not cool.
But the stream was still live. Then out of nowhere, the camera was back on. Then it was in the corner of my street. Then another sticky note that said 545 East 99th Street off of St. Clair. That was my address. Then another sticky note that said, "Open the door." We sat there confused. Then out of nowhere, a knock at the door. I grabbed my phone, jumped up, and we both ran to the back door. Then we heard a knock at that door right before I grabbed the handle. At that point, we had someone at the back door and someone at the front door knocking. We were stuck. Critical thinking wasn't my strength at that point. We ran upstairs, called the cops, and locked ourselves in my room. The cops showed up, but no one was outside. Only items that the cops found were 100 sticky notes, all with my address written on them. I told the cops about the building with the girl, and they found it. The girl was 14 and had been missing for 5 weeks. We moved out of that house within a week. But I would never visit the deep or the dark web again.
Good idea, my friend. Nope, that's enough. That's enough stories. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And big apologies for my phone giving me notifications even though I put it on Do Not Disturb, so really should not have happened. So why exactly it continued with the notifications? Don't ask me. I know for once the background now, the noise of the conversations in the background, that went away, so that's good. However, a certain story had profanity. I'd like to apologize about that. And we can do another one if you guys enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And Dang Matt Smith's YouTube channel, the YouTuber that inspired me to do this, his YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoyed it.